Where's the beef? Gamer Podcast.
So welcome to a new episode of Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. My name is Clint Maximus, joined in with Chris Cross. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, welcome. Hello.
I love welcome.
Dankeschön. Or whatever they say.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Danka. Yeah, that means you've just been watching too many German pornos.
Ooh. German pornos are boring. Like it's like they're not even having fun, even having sex.
No, they're funny because they go this schnell, danke, ja. In the Monster, ja. German Scheiße video.
Nein.
Oh, good. So tell me about your day, mate. What you been doing? What's been happening with you?
My PlayStation 4 is still
fucked.
It's still being in repairs. So I'm like the guy. What's up? He says, "Oh, there's no issues with your PS4 and whatever." It's like, you know what? Just return it to me. He's a fucking idiot. And I was told he was a good technician. He's an idiot.
I was told he was the best.
Yeah. How can you not tell what's the issue? Like, I even sent him videos. Like, the sound of the freaking fan is making clicking noise. This is not normal. He's like, yeah, it's normal. It's not normal.
So, did he manage to fix it or no?
No. I got it back. I'm getting the part. I'm going to fix it myself. Fuck everybody else.
Yeah, fix it yourself, man. It's fine. Do it yourself. You want a job doing, you do it yourself. So does that mean you're back onto Persona 5 again?
No, I'm waiting for my PS4 to come back so I can get parts for the fan, new fan, and thermal paste, fix everything, clean everything, then Persona 5. Right now, I've been playing a lot of the Outer Worlds on Xbox. So
nice.
Yeah, my Xbox is happy. I haven't played with it for so long. Now it's happy.
Yeah, because it's all thanks to Game Pass, to be all honesty.
Yeah, Outer Worlds on Game Pass. Yeah, Outer Worlds. It's so good, man. It's everything good about the Fallout game, but without the bugs, and it's in space, and with all the great comedies. So
yeah, everyone's saying it's very good. I'm hearing good things about that game.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear Bethesda fans raving about, oh yeah, an immense game like Skyrim and Fallout, they're bound to have bugs. Shut the fuck up. Go play the Outer World games. It has very, very few bugs. Like it never happened with me once, but there's bound. Yeah. Every game has, but it's not to the point where where you're known about your bugs, right? So no more excuses from Bethesda, a multi-billion-dollar company where this company just started. So yes, I want to say I really want to support these developers more. I hope they make a sequel because this game is so good. It's so much
cool. I think I'll get that next because I have Game Pass, but I think the last game I got on Game Pass was Creature at the Bottom of the Well or something. That kind of puzzle pinball robot game, that indie game. It's so cool. Managed to finish that, so I think that's going to be one of my next ones. I will definitely download that one next for sure. Sounds like a good plan. It sounds like a good plan. I also finished Last of Us Remastered on PlayStation 4. Since Last of Us 2 is coming out this month, now we're in June, yeah, so since Last of Us 2 is coming out soon, I thought I'd replay the first one, did the whole thing, and yeah, I think I'm ready now, which is cool.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. And what else was I playing? I'm doing Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. Like, I literally started that today.
Is it good?
It's good. You know what I like about the Mortal Kombat game, especially this one now, is that they've put so much time and effort into keeping it alive. If you know what I mean, like they haven't just like, oh, you know, Here's a DLC. Okay, here's another. No, I mean, no. They've done that with their DLCs, but they're always adding in new things, new characters, new stories, and the fact that they've come up with part 2 of the story arc, I like it. I do like it. I think it's nice. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the developers. They've done well. That means they're going to do that with the next one as well. When MK12 comes out, like in a year or two or a couple of years, whatever it's going to be. I think they're gonna focus on that gameplay and just bringing in new characters. Playing as RoboCop is dope, by the way. Playing as RoboCop is actually quite funny. Now you can have that big fight of RoboCop versus Terminator now. And it's really cool when they first meet. I'm sure we've done this before. It's nice. I like it.
Is he a good character to play?
I think he is, yeah. He's interesting, because I just started today. So I was like, literally giving him a little go, and I was like, "Ooh, this is actually quite fun." I liked it; it was cool. And there's also, do you remember Friendship in the old Mortal Kombat games as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all back. They did all Friendships with all the characters as well, which I'm going to start trying out tonight. Yeah, I'm happy. It's cool, man. I'm telling you, the NetherRealm have done a fantastic job with getting all their gear together and bringing in new content. I think it's fabulous. Is
that a free update, the Friendship one?
I don't know, actually, because I got the code given to me.
Okay.
So I'll double check. I'll double check in a bit. I'll have a look for you. So yeah.
I think it would be kind of fucked up if something like Friendship wasn't a free update. You know.
Yeah. Right. So, shall we take a look at some of the news and find out what's going on today?
If you want to. That's what we do, right?
Bloody thing. Yeah, if I can find the bloody thing. I had it open, and I just got a message now asking me something. When I closed it, the thing went. And I was like, oh, crap. I had it open and everything with all the little... Oh, here we go, episode 12. There we go. All right. So today we are starting off with Pro Driver hires gamer to race for him. I heard about this, by the way. It was some kind of a tournament or something. It was, I think he came in, I can't remember if it was second or third, because I already know this story. And I know that it turns out that this racer, this professional driver, used an actual gamer to race for him. Which is understandable. You know what I mean? I don't mind. If I had the money, I would. So, interesting. So, let's take a look at the actual story. Formula E has been replacing its actual car races with virtual ones. And it says that there's a 27-year-old German driver called Daniel Abbott. I'm going to say Daniel Abbott. Well, he finished, that's right, third. Yeah, he finished third in the last leg of the Formula E's race at home challenge. And yeah, it turns out that he hired a gamer to drive for him. And the guy who finished in second, which was Stoffel, apparently this is the guy who noticed that it wasn't him. That's actually pretty funny.
I mean, it's like, if the guy... do you think he was forced to compete in this Formula E whatever thing? Formula E race?
Probably. Maybe it was in part of his contract or something. You have to do this, you have to do that, and you know what I mean? Since we're all in lockdown, no one's actually going out and racing each other right now, you know what I mean? So they thought, right, let's do like a whole virtual thing. So yeah. Yeah,
so yeah, I think so. I think the guy didn't maybe found it like a joke. I'm an actual driver. So I'm gonna play video games. So fuck it. So I'm just gonna hire someone. You know, it can be a million times of reasons. If he wasn't let's say if he participated of his own and just for publicity and hired someone, that would be kind of fucked up. But if it was like a contract with the company and he just he's not interested in video games, which is fine. Not everybody has to. Even though it's a simulated F1 video game, still a video game, right?
In the end, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give him too much shit of it. So, Again, I think it was a video he could have tried. Like he could have just
he probably did, man. He probably tried and went, I am so shit at this.
yeah, and
man.
and like you said, there's like ex Formula One drivers who was actually good at the video games, and they get competitive, right? So he probably
of course
want
they do.
to lose. Something like that.
That's funny. Well, the funny thing about this story is that he got fined £8,900. And the funny thing about this as well, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the music industry as well, because, music industry is something that I'm really, something that I do for a living. And, we have to deal with a lot of ghost producers, because a lot of DJs, they don't produce their own music. They pay somebody to make the music for them. You know what I mean? For me, that kind of looks like almost the same kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's so normal. There's a lot of DJs. There are a lot of singers and artists who don't actually write their own music.
Of course, 100%. And I know this recently as well. When I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me, like, because they had this track that got like into the Spotify, like, I don't know, in the millions streamed hit, you know what I mean? So all these writers were writing to them and asking, we can write songs, this and that, and they're giving them a list of all the artists they've written for, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this guy writes his own shit. That's what he was telling me. He said it was hilarious.
I mean, like, it's the media, media is like, if you're an ugly motherfucker, you're not gonna be in the front stage. You have to have the perfect body, the perfect hair, the big boobs, or the like the abs or whatever. So if you don't look like a star, you're not gonna be a star. That's why there's a lot of ghostwriters. It's sad fucking it's the sad fucking truth. But and what's very hypocritical about this? A lot of people, like the fans or the normal guys, say, "Oh yeah, we don't care about the looks. We only care about the music." Yeah, fuck right. Yeah, that's a lot of bullshit, because a lot of guys who has actual good music, like, come out and do their own production and music, they don't get any kind of variety or any kind of what do you say? Exposure they need, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so don't be hypocrite. Everybody wants to see a good face or an attractive face than an ugly one. It's sad, but that's facts.
It's true. It's true, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is these days. Or if you have a lot of money.
Yeah. Or you have a lot of money. Have you seen these kids? There was a time where kids, 13-year-old or 12-year-old with rich parents, they would hire big production companies and they made the most shittiest songs ever. There was one with like I like Chinese food, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad. Or if you remember Rebecca Black, Friday, it's gonna be. Oh God.
Right, let's get into our next story today. Today we're talking about, the PlayStation 3 games for June. They've got 2 really good ones on there, by the way.
Yes, the PlayStation was like, okay, we got backlash so hard last month. Our anuses got bigger.
they got warped. they got madly warped. That's crazy. So what are the two big games this month? What's coming out?
So it's Call of Duty World War II and Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 is actually good now. I like
it.
When it first released, it was very bare bones and shiza, and there was a lot of loot boxes and pay to and whatever. They fixed all of that. Now it's actually a good game.
No, it's good. All honesty, a lot of people didn't like the campaign, but I did. I quite liked the campaign of that because you were like on the other side. You were like part of the Empire. You know what I mean? I thought it was cool because. Plus, it looked good, and it's just a matter of going around and all the Star Wars sound effects. I just cranked those up going, pew, 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 pew. You know, I loved it. I thought it was really cool. So, and online is, as you said, they've developed it well. I remember, like you said, when it first came out, a lot of people sort of really laid into it. But now, and I remember seeing a video quite recently as well, somebody talking about it, and they were saying how much it's really come across and become a good game. So I'm happy about that. I'm actually thinking of, because I have the original disc anyway, so I'm thinking of reinstalling that. I think I will give that another shot, let it update and go online again. Cool. And did you play Call of Duty World War II?
No, I didn't buy the game, so something I can.
I had it, but I don't think I finished it. I did the campaign maybe like right halfway, but then with Call of Duty, you just go straight online. After most people just play the campaign a little bit and then online, or some people don't even bother with the campaign anymore. But no, with that one I did. I remember I played most of it. Maybe I didn't finish it, but as soon as I got online, it was cool. So it's nice.
Yeah, I'll probably not even gonna download it. I'll just add it to my library because, whatever. But I'm probably not even gonna download it.
I love it. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. because it's a shit Call of Duty game. There's a good Call of Duty game now. I want to play a shit Call of Duty game, to be honest.
I didn't think World War II was that bad, actually. I quite enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's so cool when you see loot boxes drop down from parachutes. when other seriously, when other people buy a loot box, you would see the box parachuting down, and you can watch someone else opening a loot box. You'd be like, I want some loot boxes. Let me get some loot boxes. They were trying. The Activision was really pushing it with people giving them like the edge and that tick like gambling. If you have that gambling issues, and they giving you that tick and push for you to buy it. No, man, that was very, very dirty move by Activision. Dirty boys.
Yeah, but they've learned from their mistakes now, and I really hope they continue this with the next. This will be the testing moment with the next Call of Duty game. Then we're gonna see if they really, followed their own advice or followed the gamer's advice for that matter. So let's see. Time will tell.
I will pray every night.
I'm sure you will. All right, next story today. We're getting into No Man's Sky coming to Xbox Game Pass and Windows PC this June. No Man's Sky, I played a bit when it first came out, but it was I think in the beginning it was very bare. There wasn't that much in there, but from what I see from because I don't think I've touched it since then, but this is another game I might get back into now. But I see a lot of people saying that it's become really big and expansive as in bigger. And you can do a lot of things like command fleets and build bases and do all kinds of cool shit. So, interesting. Did you ever play it when it came out?
Yeah, I played it. I even got the game before the release date, so I was playing it before everybody else. And I was very excited about the idea of, infinite planets, and the planets are big, and you can explore, find loot stuff and whatever. And the game was like, there's something like the game is missing. It's like the game is missing. There's the planets. Okay, right. The planets are big and whatever, but it's like there's nothing in it. All I remember doing is having this fucking gun and laser beam some rocks so I can.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
And the fucking robot will be all the time. Your oxygen is low. Your oxygen is low. Whatever the fuck she said. And she was to annoy me. And what was the annoying part was the what do you call the check mark? The check mark on the game. And and it was bugged. Because I remember I had to follow check marks so I can reach something on the goal or something in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And you would never reach it. Like it would come out to 100 meters, 50 meters, then 1,000. What happened? What? You had to quit the game, come back in the game, so the mark would be okay. Like
that's funny.
Yeah, there was nothing in it. I remember like doing nothing in it.
Yeah, sorry, carry on, mate.
So, what do you say?
Yeah, you were saying, I remember, and I was saying at the same time, I remember. It's like we were both like two really old men just then. I remember when this game first came out. That's what I thought we were both going to say just then.
Yeah.
Literally, I remember.
I remember in back old days where we could have beat kids and not go to jail.
Well, there is something about this game as well. If I remember, at the beginning, isn't your ship crashed? Right, you start off fixing your spaceship so you can leave the planet.
Right.
Yeah, it took me so long to figure out how to fix that bastard spaceship. I'm talking hours.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you fix this bloody spaceship? And I remember I went around. It tells you how many miles or how many meters you've walked or some shit as well, right? Like it has you're in the corner. It tells you. And I remember walking. I'm thinking, where the fuck am I going? I remember thinking to myself, what the fuck is this game? And then eventually, when I figured it out that you've got to fix a spaceship and get everything going, then you leave the spaceship and now you leave the planet. And I just sat there going, now what? I think I went to a space station and I said, no, fuck this. I switched it off. I couldn't be bothered anymore. I wasn't interested at all. I was like, no, this does not do well with my brain capacity. I don't like to think for myself. I like to be told exactly what to do. You know what I mean?
You
not into it.
You couldn't be asked.
Couldn't be asked, man, at all. At all. Man, drilling. Do you remember the drilling the rock thing in that game? You just stand there going, bah, and all those bits of rocks would fly into you. Bah. All right, I've got the blue one. And there wasn't, okay, you've got to find a fucking pink rock. Remember, you go for miles looking for a bastard pink rock. You know, what the fuck is this?
And your inventory was so fucking small, and it's like, I was like, okay, I need energy so I can mine, but I need to keep the rocks so I can mine it.
Exactly.
And I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like carry just one laser beam and like mine a couple of rocks, go back, put the rocks back in the ship, and come out. And oh my god, even the looting was terrible. I think it's good now. I heard it's good, but I'm like,
everyone's telling me it's good. I've had a few people who have told me that we should get back into it. I think we should both install it and do it for one of the episodes.
But I feel like it's like the sour taste in my mouth. It's so bad. I just don't want to go back. Like first impressions are big on me, so I cannot go.
Aww.
I've seen the fat lady.
And she's already sung. The fat lady has already sung. Right, next story today. Is this one from this week or last week where it says you're invited to look at the future of gaming on PlayStation 5? Because from what I know is that it was cancelled, wasn't it? Like recently, because it was supposed to be in 2 days.
Yeah, because we were supposed to record on Sunday. And it was still on, but yesterday Sony announced that they're gonna not cancel it, maybe postpone it.
Yeah,
because all of the issues happening now in America, and so we're not gonna see PlayStation 5, which is sad, but I guess
eventually we will.
Yeah, I guess they want to take a stand and support the country and the converse.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course. Well, I'll quickly read what they said. They said, "While we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see PlayStation 5 games, we do not feel that right now is a time of celebration. And for now, we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard." Which is, in hindsight, that's actually very admirable from Sony. That's good. You know what I mean? Because in the States, you've seen what's happening, man. It's like the beginning of Beirut, man, back during the war days, man. I swear, it's insane. So that's just I think hats off to Sony. It's a good thing what they did. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the whole politics thing.
Not that's why I'm not even going to bother as well. Yeah. We're not going to do that. No.
But I'm just going to share this part. Like people are breaking shops and stealing stuff and whatever. They broke.
I saw that.
They broke in to GameSpot and they stole everything except for Xbox stuff, Xbox games. The shop was empty except there's one green area. It's like it's full of Xbox
That's
games.
hilarious. I tell you what must have been gone first was the Nintendo Switch section, because right now Nintendo Switch is like getting hold of one of those is gold dust. I don't even think GameStop have them right now, or they have very limited, like a couple. You know what I mean? So, man. The Nintendo Switch section was probably the first bit to go. PlayStation, obviously PC, but I'm laughing about the whole, you know what I mean? They run into the store. Let's go rob this store, man. Xbox? No. Let's turn around. I got a copy of Halo. Put it back, Barn. Put it back.
You can get it on Game Pass for like $5.
Exactly. I know, that's funny. Oh, right. Let's carry. Since we're still talking about Sony, Sony says it has no interest in making its PlayStation 5 games compatible with PlayStation 4, which is
good.
I think it's good. Yeah, I think it is good. Because, I mean, fair enough. You've got PlayStation 4 games, which will obviously run on the PlayStation 5. But I think, I think we've been talking about this over the past few weeks, is for that console to make that evolutionary next step and give us those actual next gen graphics, it needs to focus on the PlayStation 5 games, and that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Otherwise, if it's going to keep on going backwards, then what's the point? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we developed this game, you can play it on PS4 and PS5. It's like, okay. But, you know, this was supposed to be a big next-gen game. So, how do you take it all? What do you think about it?
There's always, like, every time a new console comes out, there's always these cross-gen games. And because in this period, we don't see that much of an upgrade in graphics or any kind of new mechanics, because the constraints of the last gen, because it has to run on both consoles, and it's kind of understandable, because a lot of these cross-gen games were being developed before the PlayStation 5 was even announced, like Cyberpunk. You know, Cyberpunk. It's not gonna be, there's not going to be this leap of graphics from PS4 to PS5. It's going to look better. It will even have better frames and better resolutions.
100%.
Yeah, but I think it's going to have that, immense leap from the PS4. A lot of people would have an issue because they cannot afford to buy PS5 at launch, and they don't want to feel like they're gonna not able to play some games coming out on PS5, so would they be frustrated? For me is that, if you have a vision, and games take a lot of time to make, right? They take about 4 to 5 years. If you have this vision, do not chain yourself not accomplishing your vision because you have to be constrained to the PS4, because you're not gonna able to achieve what you want to achieve. So if Sony is giving that, the okay button for their first party developers, like, do whatever you want, even though if it won't run PS4, we're okay with that. Show the full power of the PS5, show us some new innovation in games. I'm all for it. Even if some people are gonna not able to play it, you still play it.
Sorry about that, my thing just popped up.
What?
Sorry, that was Arabic as well.
Arabic out of nowhere. What is this?
Because I was opening up, I was reading your story, and I was just opening up on my PC, and they have those automatic videos that start, and there's always the ad at the beginning. That just popped up there, and I was like, what the hell?
So I was saying, what the fuck I was saying? Yeah, I was saying that, okay, the people who can't afford the PS5 right now, it's okay. Like, you're gonna able to buy it a year or 2 years later, and that game would be on sale for gonna be like $20. So it's okay. Don't rage too much of it. It's okay. You can live. You can live not playing a game.
Exactly. Unless you get, I don't know, do you get that bit? You know how we get like when there's a game that we're really into, to the point where we got obsessed. When it gets released, you're willing to pay like pretty much any kind of price to actually get it and play it. Have you ever gotten to that moment with any game?
Yeah, you're willing to pay your left nut for it.
Yeah, you're like, you know what I mean? Like you just think, oh, I gotta. Like for example, when
Yes.
I'm trying to think which game came out, and I was like,
For me, it was
eager
Assassin's.
to.
For me, it was Assassin's Creed 1 on PS3.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're like obsessed. Like I have to play this game.
yeah. I don't know. Like I thought he was so cool with the hoodie and and hidden knife. I was a kid. Okay, don't judge me.
No, it's fine, man. But when it came out, it was as we say in English, the dog's bollocks. That's literally what it was. It was so cool when that game came out.
Isn't Dog's Bollocks is like a shit game? Like that's Dog's.
No, the dog's bollocks is good. Like, oh, it's the dog's bollocks. It means it's fucking good. It's
Really?
the dog's bollocks.
I thought.
Yeah.
I think maybe in England it's good. I think in America it's bad.
No, I think the dog. It's a British term. The dog's bollocks. Oh, such the dog's bollocks. Usually, if a game is bad, we just say the word shite. This game is absolute shite. That's the one word that all Brits will use when
Okay.
something's bad. Shite. How was the game, man? Shite. You don't like it? No. It was shite. How was the movie? Worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It was shite.
And in German we say Scheiße.
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 And Scheißenkopf. Right. Next story. PlayStation 5 price has not been affected by COVID-19 complications. That's according to Sony. In fact, I'm not sure if I read this one, but I have been reading bits and bobs about it. So did they didn't give up. They were going to announce the price, obviously, on June 4. Was that like the big tactic they were going to do? Is how much it was going to be?
I'm not sure if they were gonna announce a price. I think they were gonna like show us how it looks like and maybe some cool
Yeah.
features on the PS5. But I don't think they were ready to announce a price yet.
Well, I'm reading this article now, and they've said it's obviously introducing a level of complexity any business would prefer not to have to deal with, but we're feeling very good about the supply chain. We're going to launch this year and will be global. So they seem pretty confident about this, which is a good thing. So, I mean, I don't know. I think, the point that I think time is going to really tell in the next few months, because obviously with the pandemic still going on, as even I don't know what the hell I'm doing in the next few months. You know what I mean? And Sony's like, we're going to be selling like hotcakes. We don't know what's going to happen. So, but I'm pretty convinced with the amount of treatments and all this kind of stuff, which are expected to start hitting the markets globally by September.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like towards winter. I think that's already going to boost people to go out and physically buy shit. You know what I mean? As soon as treatments are out and vaccines start getting more and more closer and closer, people will feel more easy to, go outside and buy this.
But it's not just about just buying shit. It's about recovering your economic issue, because a lot of people, all of the world took a big hit with their economic issues.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And they're not, and when they start kind of work again, make some money, the first thing is not gonna able to buy a fucking PlayStation or going out to the pool or whatever. They're gonna recover from paying rent, paying some first the mandatory things they need. So after that, it's gonna take a couple of months, even after the COVID is gone. Couple of months, 3 or 4 months, so people would go start wasting their money, burning their money going to concerts. Or it's not burning your money, so it's not having entertainment, paying money for entertainment. It's not burning your money, you're getting fun out of it. But
have you ever heard of the term make it rain?
yeah
Have you ever heard the term make it rain?
yeah, she gets naked.
No, you get like a pile of ones and you kind of push them out, like make it rain, so all the dollars come flying out. I just got this image of you walking into a GameStop, throwing your money in the air, Make it rain when you go to buy your Xbox or your PlayStation 5. Check. I don't know why I got this image all of a sudden.
Okay. That was so random and weird.
It's actually quite funny. Anyway, carry on with your story. I will stop thinking out loud.
Okay. Clint is having some sexual fantasies with me throwing away $1 bills in video game stores.
As if that wouldn't turn you on, man. You walk into a store, naked chick, PS5 or Xbox. Let me get my $1 bills out. Hang on. Stop. Throw it out. Give me. Money fight.
That would actually encourage me to buy PS5. Anyways, what the fuck were we talking about? I forgot.
You were talking about the economies and people not willing to go out and spend.
Especially
when things slowly get back together.
Yeah. So I did my point. That's it. That was my whole point.
That's it. Okay, fair enough. So I think another factor on this now is obviously because a lot of hardware is made in China. So that will be interesting. In China. So as Donald Trump says, the Chinese virus. And that's what he keeps on saying all the time. So I would be interested to see what happens with China. With China and all, because obviously the launch depends. I think the launch depends. The launch depends on China a lot, right? I'm presuming.
Yeah.
With hardware and everything. So yeah. So let's see what happens there. And of course, what's happening in the States as well, that might be pushing back a lot of things, not just COVID-19. It could be, with everything that's going on now, it's like crazy times right now. So that's crazy.
I mean, don't release it in America, release it in Lebanon. So,
Yeah.
It's the country that matters.
Nice.
Imagine they make, imagine Sony makes their like big reveal and like release dates in Lebanon. They were like,
hey, I'd be happy. Hey, I can represent you, Sony. Come on in. Right, next story. We got Call of Duty Warzone. Duos mode is finally here. That's cool. Duo mode is cool.
Yes.
I haven't updated Call of Duty since Season 2 because of how big the file is. That's the only reason why I haven't started playing yet, because the file's ginormous.
Yeah, so the Warzone, you have to play like 3 or with 4 people. Now you can play with 2. Or you can also solo it. Solo 2 versus 1 if you want to. Which is like, you can disable autofill if you don't want to play with randoms. Sometimes randoms are in more of an issue than a help if they suck.
Basically, he's talking about me, by the way. Random. Oh shit! It's Clint again. Switch it off. Restart before we start this game. Restart.
Well, he's not wrong. So yeah, I think it's a cool feature. I don't know why even I mentioned it in the news section, but yeah, it's there.
No, it's cool. No, it's all right, man. There's a lot of big Call of Duty fans. And as me and Chris have been saying, this is by far one of the best Call of Duties in such a long, long time. So that's cool. That is cool. So basically, me and you can go now onto Warzone and do duo gameplay, right?
Yes.
Right. Well, we'll do that, and I'll do the updates, and let's do it. You can tell everyone how bad I was.
Yeah. Yes, I will once I get my PS4 fixed.
Cool. Let's get into our final story for today before we get into our little topic. Xbox Series X can add HDR and 120 frames per second support on older games. That's cool. That's fucking cool. I like that.
Very, very cool.
I really like that. One thing I like about what Microsoft is doing because like we were just literally talking minutes ago about PlayStation and Sony concentrating on PlayStation 5 games. They've got to look good and this and that. Okay, I get it. But like you're saying, people aren't going to be able to afford to go and splash out on a new Xbox or a new PlayStation straight away. And what I like about this is that they're sort of... they've got this in mind, Microsoft, with a lot of this backward capability and being able to bring all your old games to 120 frames per second. That's good. I would love to see how that looks, especially like some of the older games. You know what I mean? How they look.
I'm just gonna add something that don't expect 4K on the 20 FPS and next gen game because first of all, your TV, the 4K TV, doesn't have 120 FPS 4K. There are TVs that 4K 120 FPS, but they're like gaming TVs by Nvidia or like I think Asus has one. So it's very specific, and I think the LG OLEDs one have it. It's like cost like $4,000. If your TV, even if it's a $2,000 TV, I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure it doesn't do 4K 120 FPS on HDR even. I mean, if it will do 120 on 1080p, 100% sure, and that's what they're gonna able to do. There's not gonna be a next gen game that's gonna do 4K and 120. There's gonna be an option for 1080p 120, or it's gonna be like 4K 60. So I feel like that's gonna be most of the options. And I've been reading on this article here. It says, in partnership with the Xbox Advanced Technology Group, Xbox Series X delivers a new innovative HDR reconstruction technique which enables the platform to automatically add HDR support to games. So it says here, as this technique is handled by the platform itself, it allows us to enable HDR with zero impact to the game's performance. And we can also apply it to Xbox 360 games and original Xbox titles. Which is
wow, that'd be. I thought it was just going to be 360 to be honest, but and Xbox, the original Xbox. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna.
That is cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like an AI enhance, HDR, whatever. It's gonna like figure out where to enhance the HDR, like like it's the same. It's the same when they announce about the ray tracing. So even if the game doesn't support ray tracing, the Xbox Series X can like look where to add the extra lights or the extra shadows. It won't look as good as when the developer develops the game with intentions having ray tracing, but it does make the game look better or worse, depends how the AI is gonna handle it.
I love it. Better or worse?
Like it depends. It depends how the game is constructed, because the AI will have a set of things to look out for. Let's say, if it's like a gray area which is 70% bright, give it an HDR. This is a very simple explanation. But let's say a game is super grayish, so it'd be like all white. You know what I mean? It won't look very good, but some other games would look good. So probably they're gonna make I keep saying AI, maybe it's something else, but there's no more explanation. I'm just explaining. Explaining. There's a software AI that does the HDR. So they're gonna give it the most used technique in video and gaming, like the most colors used, the most technique of lighting used, and they're gonna implement in the software. So most games will look better, but if it's a game that's specifically made like black and white, it probably won't.
Fair enough. Cool. All right. Nice.
Did I get into it too much?
No, it was good. I didn't have time to do anything. It's good. You were really quick. Okay. Usually when Chris goes off on one, I go make a cup of tea, come back, he's still talking, and then you add this. So yeah, all is good. Right, today we actually have a topic today, since we have like an extra, how many? We've got like at least 10, 15 more minutes left over. So today we're going to talk about, gaming in the 90s. How old are you in the 90s? Were you even born?
I was born 1992, so for me
1992. Oh my god.
So it's like late 90s and early 2000s. That's fair. I can say that.
All right, for you, but when Chris says I was born in 1992, keep in mind in 1991 I was playing Street Fighter 2 in the arcades. I was playing Street Fighter 2 in the arcades, man. You weren't even born yet. I hope that's a slow clap and not you slamming your dick on something.
That's a slow clap for you, my friend. Slow clap for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, well, since you were born in 1992, what was your first video game? What was the first game you played? Can you remember?
Yeah, look, first of all, let me tell you something. Even if it's 1992, Lebanon is so fucking slow with getting stuff. We had for us, PlayStation 1 was new, and PS2 was like
Was
old.
already out.
It was already out.
Wow, Atari! Oh my god, I just pictured you picking up like Commodore 64 and everyone's playing PS3. What the hell is he playing, man? On the floppy disk, tink. It's so new technology. So anyway, go on, carry on.
The first game I played is not the first console I owned. The first game I played was Duck Hunt. Yes.
Nice. On Nintendo.
It's a classic. Most of people play Duck Hunt as their first game.
I think when I got my Nintendo in 80, I can't remember when it was. It was definitely late 80s for me. I must have been about 9 or 10, something like that. And I got the dual cartridge with my Nintendo that had Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers. That was the first cartridge I ever got.
Yeah, it came with the system. I think every system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it was Super Mario and Duck Hunt. And I remember being obsessed with Super Mario and Duck Hunt. I used to just put the gun up against the screen and shoot. And I think everyone did that. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? People would try and do it from a distance, but because of the the gun wasn't that accurate back then, so we used to literally just shove the gun up against the screen and go, "Fuck you, Duck. Fuck you, fuck you."
I used to shoot the dog.
Yeah, I was about to say, everyone used to try and shoot the dog. Hey, speaking of dogs, Paris, come here. Dog's chewing on something. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dog's chewing on something.
The dog used to annoy me. He used to like smile with that smirky laugh.
Oh, nice. So since you're talking about games in the 90s and for you obviously early 2000s, so give me like a couple of games that really stuck with you especially in this era.
And then PlayStation 1 was like the first console I got, and I used to buy games depending on the how's the cover, you know.
That's how it was, man.
Yeah.
If the cover was good, we'd buy it.
Exactly. and I knew, and sometimes I would read like Capcom. Okay, it's Capcom. It's gonna be a good game. It was way before. Now it's Shaisa. I remember I really wanted to play like a very medieval game, a knight game, and I saw this cover, and it looked so cool. It looked like guys were having with big swords and whatever. It was called Hoshigami, and man,
maybe if I see it,
man, this game is fucking. I thought I was terrible. I thought I was terrible gamer when I was a kid, but no. It's now I looked that up on the internet years later, and it's notorious for being the Dark Souls of TRPGs. It was tough.
Oh, nice!
It was tough as hell, and it took me like 2 years for me to finish it. But you know what? It was so good. Like I feel like that game made me smarter because I had to like think 6 moves ahead because it was like chess pieces and you have to.
That was on PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation 1, Hoshigami. And you have to think very carefully how to like which abilities to make each guy learn because it was important decision. You cannot go back when you make that choice. You have to keep with that choice. And leveling was so hard, dude. You know, even to level, even grinding was hard because to grind, what you have to do is go to a tower, right? And the tower has levels. each 10 levels, you are able to save the game. So let's say you did level 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And you lost at level 5, you lost all of the XP. You lost all of your XP with the 4 levels behind. So you have to win 9 levels, reach level 10 so you can save. What kind of fucked up way to grind is this? and when you have to do the grinding again, you cannot pick, let's say, level 9, which obviously gives you the most XP. No, you have to go back to level 1, do it all over again.
That's well, you know what? That's how gaming was back in the day. It wasn't easy. You know what I mean? Like I think
that was just bad mechanics.
Especially like during the 80s and 90s, like with the NES games and the Super NES games, they weren't easy games. I mean, take like let me think of a good take Mega Man for example. Fuck that franchise. You know how hard that game is? I used to be good. I remember I could complete Mega Man 2 on NES back in 1988. I could finish that in like an hour, 2 hours tops. Done the whole game. I tried it recently. I couldn't get past the first fucking level. I sat there, I was like, ugh. Man, games were so hard back then. They were. Even like, I'm trying to think what games came out in the end. Castlevania.
Yeah.
Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. Grinding, grueling. Oh, pain in the ass. But I think one game in the 90s, this is because I was talking about the 80s then, but one game in the 90s, which is notorious for being so hard, to the point where even I remember destroying a controller as a kid, and my mum beat the shit out of me because I destroyed this controller. She said, "No," because it used to cost a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
Battletoads.
Battletoads, yes.
Fuck Battletoads, man. Battletoads, I had that on NES in 1990, maybe 1, 2, I can't remember. And then there was the Super Nintendo version came out, which was equally just as fucking hard. Man, Battletoads for me was diabolically hard. It was so hard, that game.
I think games were hard because they were really short, so they made it really hard so they can just don't finish it in an hour. Because they were short, right? They were really short, to be honest.
Yeah, you finished them in like like you said, like if I got in like how many levels were in a game back then? Like 6, 8 levels tops, something like that, and each one's like what? 10 minutes? Yeah, you do the whole lot and you're done. You do a little boss fight at the end and boom, next level.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how that was.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why they made it hard. I cannot not mention this. When I was like in the not 90s, like early 20s, like 99 and 2000 and whatever. Yeah. I used to spend most of my gamings in a cafe lounge and play Counter-Strike and Dota.
Everybody was in the man. Even I got into that at one point as a kid. Man, that was crazy times. People shouting at each other. You remember, like, because you'd go in squads of 5, I think, wasn't it? 5 or 6, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, if you'd fuck up, everybody would shout at you, "Come on, man!"
Sometimes people like go into real fights, like you're so shit. No, I'm not shit.
Yeah.
I remember this really big fat guy was really angry because he lost and whatever. He threw his chair on this guy's face. I'm like, wow. And they were like in a very serious fight, you know. There was blood and someone's
bloody hell.
Yeah, someone's teeth fall out because they lost in a Counter-Strike game. So stupid.
Or maybe it's just Lebanon, by the way. I will beat you. No, I will beat you.
Do you know who I am? Do you know my father?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
By the way, that's not just that. That's every kid in the 90s and 2000s. Do you know who my father is? Do you know what my father actually does? Nice. So if you want, do you have time to give us maybe your top 3 or your top 5 games of the 90s, 2000? Do you have a little list or no?
No, I don't. I didn't know we had to make a list. Why, you have a list?
I have a list. I always have lists. That's what I live for, lists.
Okay,
I
okay.
must make a list.
Top of my head, really fast.
Okay.
Harry Potter. Yes, don't laugh. It's a good game. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PS1. It was actually good.
Okay.
It was really good.
Okay.
The second game was Hoshigami, even though it drove me crazy. Third game was Spider-Man. Spider-Man was very good.
Okay.
And let's add some more. Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal was good. Twisted Metal was fucking awesome.
Twisted Metal, and last Pokemon. Yeah, easy. Pokemon Yellow.
Nice. Right, I'm gonna be a bit cheeky.
Oh my God, Tony Hawk! Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
I'm going to give you my top 6 because I actually have 6 90s games that ruled my childhood. So my top 6 90s games, they cross from PlayStation 1 to Super Nintendo, because Super Nintendo was like at the beginning of the 90s, PlayStation 1 was at the end of the 90s. So
no,
you'll see now.
1994.
Hey, what's that?
1994.
Well, PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but some of the games that I liked were towards the end of the 90s.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Right, so here we go. So these are my top 6 90s games. I'm going to go with number 6, Silent Hill, because I'm addicted to horror games, and Silent Hill was the one that really opened the doors for me into actual horror gaming. I loved it. Number 5, a game that I know you love, and it's one of your favorites, Super Metroid.
Okay.
I know you're a huge Metroid fan. You love Metroid. Chris has Metroid posters in his house.
Love it.
He does. You can see it. You can hear it. Love it, man. Love it. Number 4 has to be Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1. When that first came out, that was just like, wow. You know what I mean? Like the whole cinematic experience with gaming at the same time blew my mind. Number 3, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Fantastic Super Nintendo game, by far one of the best ones. Number 2 is Resident Evil 2, the original one, because that was one of the first games. There was 2 games I got on my PlayStation 1. One was Resident Evil 2, and number 1 was my second game, was Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7, playing that as a child, that was a game that really, that must have been, when was that? 1990, it was the end of the 90s. It was either 97 or 98. I can't remember. Let me have a quick look. I'm pretty sure it was 98. No, 97. Okay. So it was 1997 when that game came out. So yeah, playing that was really wow. Because I'd never seen anything like that before. And plus PlayStation was like something fairly new to me by then as well. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, PlayStation. You know what I mean? I didn't get it for a few years after. So yeah, that's where all that came in. So yeah, there you go. My top 6 90s games. Enjoy. Go forth. Go play them.
Nice.
Very
cool.
Right. Do you have any beef for today before we finish off?
Yes, my beef was, what was it again?
I forgot. Something to do with, oh crap. And I said that should be your beef.
Exactly.
Not to steal it. Oh crap. What was your beef?
Oh my God, it was a good one.
It was a really good one. I remember, that's a good beef. Was it something to do with Nintendo?
Nintendo. Was it?
Was it Switch?
Switch, was it? Oh yeah. Okay, I remember.
What was it?
The fucking Nintendo Switch has Bluetooth, and you cannot pair up your Bluetooth headphones with the Switch.
That's it.
Yes,
that's exactly it. Yes,
this was my beef.
That is a pain in the ass, because I remember when I was doing, I got into Fortnite for a while on Switch. And plus, the updates were so small as well. You know, I didn't mind playing Fortnite on Switch. It was pretty cool. But in order for me to actually talk to people, I would actually have to play it only in handheld mode. If I wanted to play on the screen, I had to get all these fucking adapters and shit and long wires coming. You know what I mean? It didn't work at all. So the only time I ever played online on Fortnite was in handheld mode. That was it, because you couldn't, like you said, you couldn't link your Bluetooth headset.
Oh yeah, you don't have like the Pro Controller or whatever.
Yeah, well, I've got a Pro Controller now, which is cool.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Back then you did.
Which is cool. Yeah, I don't think I have any beef right now, but I can tell you about beef when we were kids.
Okay.
Beef in the 90s, and every beef in the 80s and the 90s when cartridges wouldn't bloody work. Yep. People used to think you're blowing it.
You had to give the sexual blow.
Do you remember blowing in the cartridge like, come on, you bastard, work, come on, and it would work. And to this day, I don't know if that's an actual thing.
No, it would work. Like you blow it and it would work. I think they would. A dust would like fucking cover up maybe like one of the pins or whatever. I remember. I think I didn't struggle a lot with the cartridges because PS1 was my game.
Was your thing by then?
Console, yeah. For me, it was like cleaning the disc from the behind. Come on, you bastard! You're so shiny now.
with especially with the fake discs, because back then, we couldn't afford to go out and buy originals all the time. Yeah. So I think I got my PlayStation 1 modded. There was the mod chip, and I think my friend did it for me because he ordered the chips online, and it came with an instruction manual on how to put the mod chip in. So he did it for me. And I remember we ripped, I think it was one of the Tomb Raider games.
Okay.
And it kept on skipping. So what we used to do was put toothpaste on the fucking disc, wipe it, and it would play for about another 2 hours, and then it would start skipping again, and then we put toothpaste on it again. Man.
I remember my PS2 had issues where like the lid wouldn't close properly.
Yes,
and I had to put bookshelves on it. My PS2 Slim.
On that,
yeah. My fat PS2 used to like eject the disc sometimes, so I duct taped it so it wouldn't eject, and it worked.
Could you imagine doing that now with the newer stuff? That'd be hilarious. Yo, your PS4 has all these books on top. Yeah, the fan's making so much noise. Mm-hmm. I want the fan to stop making noise. I'm gonna put all this weight on top of it. That should sort it out. Man, that's funny. You see, this is the thing. Gamers nowadays I don't think they will ever understand the hardships that we went through as gamers when we were kids, and especially when we were into PC gaming as kids, because that was even harder because the technology was just gradually getting up. So we had to spend fortunes on graphic cards, new memory, all that kind of stuff, and man, it was insane. It was crazy.
And the best part is where you just like bought all of this expensive shit and whatever, and you would like I want to listen to free music, and you download LimeWire and you just kill the PC.
LimeWire and Napster.
Napster was okay, but LimeWire, wow, it would download all the fucking viruses in the world.
Oh yeah, you'd be like cleaning every week. Fuck.
It's so funny. Like you spend fucking thousands of dollars on a PC, and you can't spend like $2 or $3 for an album.
Oh my god! I remember as well games on floppy disk back in the day, in the 80s and early 90s. There was one Lemmings was on there. But do you remember how many floppy disks some of these games used to come on? Some of these games would come on like 16, 17 fucking floppy disks.
Okay.
That was, what I mean, going through floppy disk. Please insert floppy disk 7. Shit. You're looking through all these discs. Where's number 7? And usually it's because a friend has ripped it for you, and he'd write it in pen or write it in marker, and half the time the marker would rub off, so you can't remember which fucking disc was which, and you're like, oh man. I miss those days though. I miss those old gaming days. They were good.
No,
they were so much fun.
They were terrible.
They were fun, man. They were.
If you are teleported right now, in those days, you'd be like, oh, fuck, where's my phone? I want to Google stuff.
Oh, it's funny. And yeah, back then, I don't know, because I think nowadays, if we get stuck on something in a game, what do? Yeah. We go online and fuck this, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
How to break code. Okay, cool. When we were kids, we didn't have that shit. We had to figure it out ourselves.
The cool kid was the one who has the piece of sheet of paper where there's all of the cheats for a game, or like the fatalities or Mortal Kombat. He used to like sell them for like $1.
Or there was always that one kid who would have all those magazines, like Nintendo Power, The official PlayStation magazine that used to cost like $20 back then. You know what I mean? Because it was like, you know, you get the exclusive demo disc with it as well, and all the cheats and all the things would come in a book. As well. Some of them would have those limited edition yearly books. There was always that one fucking kid who would have it. Like, you want the cheat? Let me see. Oh man, good times though. Good times. Did you ever have the Game Genie?
No.
That was fun. Remembering codes for was infinite lives, being invincible, but it completely destroyed the game sometimes. Those games would crash. Because of fucking Game Genie. You're supposed to die in parts of the game. You couldn't die. You had to reset it. Oh, man. Cool. Right. Is there anything else you would like to mention before we head off today?
Yes, I would like to mention. I would like to mention. I would like to say a kilo of cheese now costs 40,000.
I know. I went to go buy Strepsils. They used to be 14,000. Now it's 24,000.
Fucking hell!
Like a fucking Strepsils, man. I was like, yeah, it's okay. My throat can die. I don't need my throat. It's fine. That's what I do for a living. I talk. I was like, no, I drink water. It's okay.
Some hot water with some lemon. It's fine.
It's fine. It'll be good. Cool. So, right, if you want to check us out online, you can head over to our official Instagram page, which is Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. Chris, where can our lovely followers find you?
You guys can find me at Taporin, that's Taporin, or you can just search Grammy-nominated Clint Maximus. Oh, wait, that's you.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it. You said it this time. It's fine. But yeah, if you do want to find me, just Google me, Clint Maximus. You'll find me. And I'm on Instagram at Clint Maximus. Right, Chris, have a good evening. And prepare yourself for Persona 5 Royale when your PlayStation's fixed. Enjoy.
Oh, don't remind me.
Is it typing it? This is what when he gets frustrated, he bangs on the keyboard.
All right, so auf Wiedersehen.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Instagram at Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast.